Platu, Barata, Necktie, Nicholas? Saint Nicholas? Hey guys, I didn't see you come in. What's up? As you can see, the holiday season is upon us. You know, that wonderful time of year when people trample each other trying to save 50 cents on shit they don't need. Evil, greedy corporations all push their major products now to capitalize on the Christmas rush. But worst of all, people everywhere are getting sick and spreading their fucking germs. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not that much of a Scrooge. But for real, if you're sick, stay the fuck away from me.
I love Christmas. It's the best. That's when you get the most video games at once.
Like this one. Twisted Metal for the original PlayStation. Now I know we've all got Christmas parties and shit to go to, so I'll try and keep this kinda short. More of a bare bones review.
Meaning I won't go off on 57 random tangents of other games. Let's kick this old school style. Let's keep it simple, like my Total Recall review from way back. Oh, why the fuck am I bringing up that piece of shit again? See? There I go already, losing my train of thought.
Okay, here we go. Twisted Metal! Does that sound like Rob Halford?
Ever wonder what it would be like to combine a gritty fighting game like Mortal Kombat with the battle mode from Mario Kart? Well, that's pretty much what Twisted Metal is. Again, much like a fighting game, you begin by selecting your character and their vehicle. Each character has their own background story and... yeah, these guys are pretty dark and twisted. The fuck was I doing playing shit like this when I was younger? Well anyway, let's take a look at some of these guys. Of course we got a cop, a ghost driving a sports car, some secret agent douchebag in a Ferrari, and an old army guy who looks just like Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek The Next Generation. I always liked Darkseid, a big-ass Mack truck driven by some creature from hell named Mr. Ash. We got another Mr. Grimm, who's defensively the weakest character because he's the most exposed. I should also mention that this son of a bitch is the Grim Reaper. That's right, fucking Death himself. Guns people down, riding a motorcycle, taking souls in his free time, when he's not, well, taking other souls, I guess. Ho, now you wanna shit your pants? Here's Sweet Tooth. A stolen ice cream truck driven by an escaped mental patient named Needles Kane. And as if the name Needles Kane wasn't insidious enough, the guy's a fucking nightmarish clown. Fucking mother of Christ! I'm not really scared of clowns, but come on, look at this guy. Terrifying. That clown face on top of his ice cream truck kinda looks familiar, doesn't it? He's Mr. Heat Miser. Oh, sorry, I always liked that song. So, let's pick our character and on with the show. Time to twist some metal!
Get it? Twist some metal because the game's called Twisted Metal? Fuck yourself.
You're probably wondering, why the fuck is this tattooed idiot talking about guns and missiles and maniac cars and fucking clowns? What does any of this have to do with Christmas? Well, that's where the game's story comes in. The year is 2005. And for the past 9 years, a tournament in Los Angeles is held by the maniacal Calypso, who kinda looks like a fucked up Michael Bolton. Actually, he kinda looks more like Kenny G. Anyway, Calypso chooses the combatants for his Twisted Metal contest, and with his special powers, he grants the winner whatever they want. So he's like a twisted, scheming genie of sorts. Oh, and the contest takes place on Christmas Eve. See? Christmas trees. And Santa. Well, a kinda roughed up ghetto Santa, but there you go. It's Christmas. Each character has their own special attack, but unfortunately Darkseid's blows ass. It sucks and barely does any damage, but when you're a big ass truck you can just ram the shit out of people. Yellow Jacket the taxi tosses like some Molotov cocktail or something, and sounds like he's orgasming afterwards. Yeah. Oh, well I guess that's not the only thing he's tossing in there. gross.
Alright, would you shut the fuck up, you stupid drunk hobo? It's Christmas!
And according to the instruction manual, Sweet Tooth Special is flamin' ice cream. How the fuck is ice cream flammable?
Well, maybe if it was dry ice cream. No, we're not getting into science, it's fucking Christmas. Now, back to vehicular homicide.
The vehicles all handle differently. Some obviously move faster than others. Also, going from the dual analog sticks from modern controllers we're all used to now, back into these non-analog days, definitely takes some time to readjust to. The cars move stiff as hell, especially the bigger ones. Getting stuck colliding into walls is a pain in the ass, but it's not enough to ruin the experience. It's still fun. Aside from that, there was something else about the controls I remember pissing me off. Oh, what was it? Hold on a second. What the hell? Okay, come on, pause, you piece of shit. What the hell's going on? Oh, of course! That's what it was! The start button switches your view perspective, and the fucking select button pauses the game! What the fuck? That bullshit goes against everything you've grown accustomed to in gaming control history. Select is usually used for options, and the start button is supposed to be the button that pauses gameplay. Why switch it? To be different and edgy? You telling me psycho clowns, hit and runs, and heavy metal aren't edgy enough? What the fuck? I never understood that shit, and it still pisses me off fucking 20 years later. And how Yellow Jacket can throw a Molotov cocktail out a window while driving with a hook hand is a fucking mystery, but that's a story for another day. Yeah. Shut the hell up. Another bullshit annoying thing. After each stage, the game gives you about 3 seconds to write down the password for the next level. You've already got your adrenaline going as it is. How are you expected to have time to have a piece of paper and a pen ready to write that shit down? And yeah, I actually said pen and paper, because this was 20 years ago.
Hey, back in my day, we didn't have these handy-dandy smartphone things we could just whip out on a whim and look up porn. I mean, passwords.
But in the event you missed it, which you definitely will, you can pause the game. There you go. The password. When your car's shot to shit, you can drive into these repair station things marked by X's on your radar, just like in real life. Most stages have a few of them lying around. The game's single-player story mode isn't that long, but that's okay. It keeps the gameplay from getting stale, not that it does. The battles take place in designated war zones all over the city, like the freeway and Calypso's underground arena, where I didn't even notice Calypso's right there watching until right now, recording this footage. Blasting and exploring each level is fun as hell, because it adds a free-roaming element to the game. You can go wherever the hell you want, whenever you want, and sometimes the city's teeming with life. Like, there's a guy ice skating, running him over. Die, you son of a bitch, you got shot first. Well, it looks like he won't be home for the holidays. That's actually kind of depressing. Oh well. There's also a massive yuppie bubble neighborhood with a canal area that kind of reminds me of that scene from Terminator 2 when the T-1000 chased John Connor. Or maybe I just watch too many movies and play too many games. There's a guy just sitting enjoying a lemonade on his front lawn.
Running him over.
Oh, look, that must be his dog.
I'm not running over the dog. You sick fucks. It's Christmas.
But I will run over that guy again. The last level takes place on these huge skyscrapers. How fucking cool is that? Well, until you fall off. Probably more than once. But seriously, that's pretty creative, you gotta admit. Imagine seeing that in real life. A bunch of cars battling it out, drifting from roof to roof. That'd be pretty insane. Or should I say, twisted? And speaking of twisted, that face on the building over there always freaked me out. The final boss, Minion, is a huge fucking armored tank that shoots in every direction. Cheap as all fuck. And of course, he's exempt to death from falling off the buildings. 'Cause that's fucking fair. But no, I thought I had an easy win outsmarting this asshole, but we all saw the footage. Nope, right there, of course he comes back like nothing ever fucking happened. How is that fucking fair? It's bullshit. That is total, utter, fucking cheap-ass bullshit. Yeah, there he goes, right back after me. Get the fuck away from me, you cheap fucking prick. Ugh! Alright, well if your controller actually survives the process of beating Minion, it's time to get our prize from Calypso. And prepare to be somewhat let down. The endings are just basically a credit scroll you have to read. Maybe it makes it somewhat more immersive, because using your imagination you can picture the outcome scenario for yourself, but after all the hell you and your character went through together, it just makes you wish there was some kind of cinematic or something. Well, that was back in 1995. Fast forward to 2008, and we got Twisted Metal Head On Extra Twisted Edition. Sort of a B-side of extras from the series. There's a bunch of cool shit on here, like interviews and stuff with the developers and behind the scenes and shit, but best of all, live action endings for the characters were filmed in the original Twisted Metal back in 1995, and they're on here, and they are fucking gold. Apparently, one of the series' main designers, David Jaffe, or Jaff, hopefully I'm not butchering that, originally wanted to direct movies, but eventually shifted to designing video games, with Twisted Metal being his breakout title. Somewhere along the line, he filmed endings for the Twisted Metal characters, but he was talked into cutting them out, so instead they were replaced with the scrolling text that you saw before. Well, Mr. Jaffe, I gotta tell you, I wish you stuck to your guns and kept these in the original game. They add so much more to the fiction and the mood of the game. You can tell they were crafted with a love and appreciation for campiness, and have that great B-movie grindhouse atmosphere and style.
Oh man!
This is great.
You said it would be easy! Do you know what they did?
He went through all of that. Could ask for anything.
My turn.
Anything, and all he wants is a bag? Needles, Kane, you one crazy bastard.
Darkseid's ending confuses the hell out of me.
No! What are you doing with Rock? No! No! No!
Well, enough of that. Merry Christmas, everyone. But be safe out there, because you never know. There could be a sweet tooth right around your block.